Welcome to the ZZZ, the first official podcast designed to help you sleep. Disclaimer, podcast does not actually help you sleep, void where prohibited, blah 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 blah. Episode 1, already meta.
Alright, hello and welcome everybody. As I just said, this is the ZZZ, or the triple Z. I'm inclined to say the ZZZ, or the ZZZ, but I'm inclined to say the ZZZ because it just kind of rolls off the tongue a little smoother. Now, not to put down people who say ZZZ or say Z, because I'm kind of one of them too. But ZZZ, right? Like ZZ Top, ZZ, Frank Zappa. No, I don't know. I was trying to think of what starts with Z, but that doesn't really work. Anyway, I was gonna start recording these podcasts at home, but that's not quite working out right now for various reasons. I'm not going to get into them. It's a whole drama now. It's whatever. It's just I'm uncomfortable talking to myself in a madman kind of fashion. So I decided to take a bike ride and do it outside and do it out here. And I was thinking of initially kind of doing it at home again, as I said, and doing it kind of in the evening, and I'm doing the exact opposite of that. I'm doing it outside, and it's 8 in the morning. But I'm actually kind of okay with that. It's kind of cool. I'm sitting by a body of water, and I'm listening and watching some geese, and holding a lav microphone like a absolute madman. Oh yeah, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy over here, folks. So anyway, how you been? This is the first, it's the inaugural, the maiden voyage of this ZZZ, whatever that is, and whatever this is, and whatever we are, and looking at a goose. And don't worry, fella / lady, I'm not hunting you today. I'm just sitting here, kind of freezing. It's actually not very cold. The wind's just kind of picked up, and I've also slowed down to a complete stop. Actually, I'm not moving at this current moment. I'm stationary. You might be able to hear the geese. I don't know. I think these are pretty, for their price, it's a pretty good value for these. What I'm talking about is the lapel mic that I'm holding, or the lav mic. Yeah, $20. Amazon. Just had this dumb idea to go ahead and buy myself two. Yeah, they just connect right to your audio source for your mobile device. It's pretty beautiful. So I'm a dirty consumer, and yeah, I used frickin' Hell World Amazon to 2-day ship it, and yeah, so thought I'd make the most of it. Right? Gotta do that. Gotta wake up and anyway, let's just forget about that. So yeah, to get back to, I guess, what I'm talking about, which is, I'm not really sure. The idea for this was just yeah, well, as I said it kind of off the bat, this is well, okay, you know what, let's get sincere, let's put the bit away, let's get down brass tacks. This is just really me talking, and now that I've given you that extensive summary of what this is going to be, and what this is, and what you're listening to right now at this current present moment, if you're listening or watching, and that's kind of what I wanted to intro next, is there is currently right now, if you're watching this, there is a visual element to this, and that is that yeah, it's going to be kind of different stuff. I'm trying not to swear. I don't know why, but yeah, different stuff. So, for example, right now, like I hopped on my bike at like 6:50 in the morning, like a mad person, and yeah, just biked out to the semi-wilderness, not really wilderness, but the nature, as one might call it. And so I think what I'm going to do now in the video is insert bicycle footage from a different day that I biked around. And wow, I'm starting to get a little chilly, starting to get a little shivery. But we're going to power through it. And yeah, so enjoy this. Enjoy what you're seeing if you're seeing it. And that is bicycle footage from a separate day. And now I'm going to tell you, while this bicycle footage from a different day is probably around early fall, maybe late summer, I'm going to tell you about another bicycle voyage that I went on back a long time ago, 5 days ago, which was Christmas Eve to most of you, or to some of you, or to a great many North American listener, person, human being. Yeah, I was like basically in my house and in my home, in my apartment, for probably the better part of a week or more. That's not super uncommon for me, but I did decide at one point. Okay, so the story is that I was in my house inside for that amount of time. For, again, like as I say, it's not uncommon for me to do that. Just kind of hermit life. But this particular stretch, I was sick, had a really bad cold, so I was just curled up, not moving much except from the bed to the kitchen to get some little snacks, some nuggies. No, just some whatever. I don't know, what do people eat? No, just soup, chicken soup and shit. So yeah, I was inside and I was watching movies and watching TV and listening to music and shit. And that's basically what I do most of the time anyway, so that didn't really change much. But anyway, feeling better, kind of tail end of that week, so like the 22nd, 23rd would be the Friday and Saturday, and I'm thinking, I think I got up, probably took like a day nap on Saturday, got up, watched some football or whatever, and then I think I was up at like, I was up at night, and what I tend to do is, I'll just stay awake throughout the night into the morning, and when morning came, so that would have been the morning of Christmas Eve, I just got up around, got out of bed around 5 a.m., and, got ready and got dressed, and by 6 a.m. I was out in the garage on my bike. It's this might be interesting, but for those who don't know, my bike is a single speed, and it's some people call it a fixie, and it's one speed. Can't shift gears. There's no shifting gears, so you gotta, if you're on a uphill, and even most straightaways are also very strenuous, I guess. And yeah, so I was pushing it, and I was pushing it after again, a week of just not really moving. I tend to be okay when I'm not. When I'm not moving. I mean, it's definitely. I think as I get older, I'm gonna have to start. I'm in my 30s, so I'm definitely gonna have to start stretching out regularly, moving. I mean, I tend to even kind of unconsciously stretch, so I think it's just about that intention and just remaining with that in mind. More so, well, not more so, but kind of along with just, and even like, I mean, this might sound like cop out or whatever, but like, even when I'm like in bed, I'll usually be sitting up. I'm not just like lying down in bed, and I'll stretch my legs or whatever. Like I'll bring my knee to my chest, or So anyway, like I never really feel like a complete slob when I'm just sitting, in bed or lying in bed or whatever. Anyway, so back to this thing. So I started out in a really good stretch of biking, and I think in total, like the whole loop, probably 20K, 20, 30, maybe between 20 and 30K, I want to say. And that was awesome, and I felt good. And like, I think I stopped, I stopped for like an hour, in between, um, just to chill. And while it was still, it was very damp, but it was above freezing. And yeah, like I was actually surprised how mild it was. But I think also it was because of how much heat I was generating when I was on my bike. So when I was off for an hour, just kind of sitting around resting, had some drinks, had a little smoky smoke. I saw a family of cardinals like right in front of me on this bench that I was sitting at, in this arboretum near me. The male cardinal like swooped in from my left, and I'm just like staring straight ahead, and it swoops in, and it's like obviously like bright red, so it like human me, right, just like zeroes right in on it, and looking at it, and not like astonished or anything. I was just, it's a cardinal, like I've seen one before, but it's obviously like very beautiful, and I don't know, it was kind of unexpected because I think like 10 minutes before that I was like, oh, I haven't seen like many birds, so there's like fewer birds out here. And like 10 minutes later, so this male cardinal comes swooping in, and it's like kind of in some brush, and it you can see it's kind of eyeing me up, or it's aware of me, and I'm obviously aware of it, and that's fine. It's like peaceful. I'm not hunting it. Uh, and then it kind of looks back to where it flew from, and almost like signals. And the next moment, the female cardinal comes kind of flying over this bush that the male cardinal is in, and I think like a couple of their children, follow the female into like a higher tree or something. Anyway, it was beautiful, like fascinating, and just like I don't know what I can say about it, but just that was just worth it to go out of there. And and I tweeted about that. I was like, I saw a I saw a fucking family of cardinals today. It's amazing what you can witness when you leave the confines of your enclosure. So that was my little bit of tweeting when I got back home. I don't tend to use Twitter. What like Twitter was like made for. X Twitter, whatever. It's X Twitter. Yeah, I really don't tend to use it like that, just because like sometimes I do. I think it depends on the situation. Like I think it was the right, as much as there's a right decision or a right call. I think I made the right call there, because in that kind of moment, for sure. Like you just want to be in that moment. You don't want to like pull your phone out and be like, "Oh, I just saw a family of cardinals." Like who gives a shit? I think it's better that way to just leave that be. But even like situations or circumstances where like it probably would be, or at least like more understandable to like tweet like as something's happening, like a concert or something. I mean, even a concert is iffy, but like between songs, right? Something like that, or whatever. It all depends on like what kind of person you are. But yeah, I guess I am the kind of person who I'd be more apt to like take a note, like take a memo, a notes app note about what I'm like experiencing, and then like maybe tweet it later, or don't, just kind of keep that under the hat, or like I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know where the concept for this came from, but I don't want to get like too meta on that. Anyway, listen to me. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Anyway, that Christmas Eve day ride was like super sick, and like it started to lighten up, and like it started to get a little bit warmer. But so it was like 6 a.m., right? And I think when I got to where I was kind of taking a break, or I think I kind of went through this arboretum once at like 7. So I got up there. It like took me an hour to get there, and I'm rolling through, and it's like a dark, like not even a road, but just like a path, a paved path or whatever. But it basically just goes up into like the parking lot, and it's like dark. Like these street lights aren't even on. Like, which is funny because today I went through the same place, and at basically the same time, and the streetlights are on there today. So it's like they shut them off for like Christmas Eve. Like I don't know, like it was just funny. Like seemed like they weren't even on like a timer or anything. Anyway, and so that was the other thing about Christmas Eve day, was like there's like nobody. Like there was like a few people, but really like nobody. Like I eventually saw one person in this arboretum like walking his dog or whatever, but like I mean it wasn't the best weather, but at the same time it was like so dead anyway. It was kind of funny. But so when I'm going through this thing and it's like pitch dark still, like the sun it's before sunrise, and like quiet as ever, I'm just like rolling through and trying to be quiet. Fucking next thing I know, my alarm on my phone goes off. So it's like 7:15, and it's like this, and it's not like death metal or anything, but it's just like this like incessant fucking like top volume like bang 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 bang. What the fuck? So, and like had my like biking gloves on and everything, so I couldn't like, I had to like rush to get my, I mean it probably didn't matter even if anybody was there, but imagine if somebody was like out there and like probably scared the shit out of them. But then also like I don't know, it was just it was like it was embarrassing, but like there's nothing to be like there's nobody around to like witness the embarrassment or to like create the embarrassment, right? Like, but it was still like a good few moments I was like, wow, that's so fucking embarrassing. But like again, like why, right? And that was kind of my thought process, which was like that is embarrassing, but then like 5 seconds later I was like laughing, I was just like, Jesus Christ, like just the timing of it was hilarious. There was even like a T in this little like kind of gravel path that I came up on, and that's when it happened. Like, and I was like slowing down, I don't know, just the most perfect timing, the most like hilarious timing. But yeah, again, I think just to go back and get to the heart of the matter, or again, what this is about. I mean, this is kind of off the cuff, but just I really enjoy probably one of the first real like major, I guess, pieces of video. Like, I mean, I saw it on YouTube, so I would almost say a YouTube video, but I'll just say video. Maybe pieces of media was Alan Watts' Conversations with Myself. And that was like, I don't know, I probably saw that in like 08, 07, 09 maybe. But I want to say like 08, maybe even earlier, whatever, like, when YouTube was in its kind of, it's not quite proto YouTube, but I don't even know if that's still on YouTube anymore. But when I saw it, when it was on there, it was like in different parts. I think nowadays it would probably just be one giant, I think it was like an hour long. So I think it was split up into, this might even be like the 10-minute limit days on YouTube. Anyway, so, oh wow, we got a whole gang of geese flying overhead. So I don't know if you could hear that. I think it might have picked up. I can see the levels, and it seems like it's pretty close. So yeah, that was cool. We have geese out in the middle of this, well, it's a river, but it's kind of a wider area of the river. And yeah, those geese seemed like they came from kind of way downriver, and were basically overhead. That was super cool. I just love like mundane shit like that too. I mean, it's not mundane, but at the same time, like, somebody else probably wouldn't necessarily bat an eye. But at the same time, I mean, some other person might be like, whoa, like, holy fuck, wow, that's amazing. And it is amazing, and like that's kind of, I mean, maybe that's how I internally kind of process those things. But yeah, I don't know, just nature, man, nature's cool, man. Cool, man. Just nature, man. Nature. Cool, man. And then I just kind of get into the contradictions of, again, I'm out here. I'm not, I'm not like totally steeped in nature. Like I can hear cars, and I'm not. There's a manufacturing plant behind me, and I'm not so roughing it. I mean, I have a freaking a lav mic that wouldn't, like what can you do? I mean, there's a case to be made that, if you're out in the woods, if you have this lav mic and a guitar and a drum or something, like you could probably keep yourself sane that way, just making music or whatever. If you needed to keep yourself sane, other than that, it's not a bare necessity. For the bare necessity. But yeah, anyway, yeah, how's everyone doing out there? Hopefully everyone's doing good. That's I'm like kind of proud of myself, for or at the very least kind of like happy with myself, like satisfied with myself. That sounds, yeah, I'll take it. Because what I really want to do and what I'm really doing right now as I speak, as you listen and watch and whatever, is that I wanted to start this project thing by the new year. And last week I think was really kind of the inception or whatever of the idea. Yeah, so I think it says a little something about. Sorry, just I'm distracted again. The geese are coming in for a landing. Yeah, like I definitely wanted to get it done, or to get this started, but to get episode 1, I guess, done by the new year and by before the new year. And I think I kind of started thinking that last week, and here we are, lo and behold. Like that feel really satisfied by that. And again, I don't want to just sit here and kind of toot my own horn and wangle my own doodle, but again, like that, like it just feels really cool. So anyway, that's kind of going meta again, but I guess just to relate that to like different stuff, it's like just do it, just do your shit, like do your projects and do your stuff, like go where you want to go and do where you want to do. Yeah. See, I definitely need some practice, but yeah, I'm just gonna let that sit for a sec, and then you start something and you don't know where it's gonna go, but just keep going. So I have another few things that I want to get to, that I do want to start, kind of the same thing. Right? Want to get it started by the new year. Like I wanted to, even before that magical day, the magical kind of transition. That's really kind of a trick to keep things going forward. But no, let's remember that shit. And like this, what I'm about to say is like half like ironic, but like I don't really like the year end lists, and I do in the sense that like you remind yourself, like you find like hidden gems in there that you forgot came out this year, but like I don't know, like I think at the same time, like you can just search like who like albums 2023, like you don't have to like, I don't know. Anyway, to each his own, but I think in the worst sense, kind of that, may all acquaintance be forgot or some shit. No, like, don't forget that shit, because it came out like the first day of, but yeah, like the first day of 2024. Like I just still want to be able to, and I mean, you can, but I still want to be able, in the larger sense, to be like, consume an album from 2023 that I didn't listen to in 2023, and still like be able to have some kind of conversation with it, outside of myself. I guess that's kind of what I'm getting to. But I guess with that said, my God, now it may not sound like it, but I actually did make like an itemized list of what I was gonna bring up on this here audio-visual show. One of them is, just kind of naturally segued into it. The music scene, man. Like, what's going on with music? The one that I really impressed with, and they're a long time favorite of mine, and since 08, baby. That's MGMT, and thankfully somebody from Twitter, somebody I follow, they put me on to, they just mentioned in a tweet, Bubblegum Dog by MGMT, which is their new single. They put another one out called Mother Nature, and I listened to it. I think they put it out like mid-year this year, and I listened to it, and I really liked it, and then I just kind of it just kind of fell away from my awareness for some reason, which is weird. I guess it's just like the algorithm. But I also got really into like a lot of new groups this year. So I think like just my algorithms are getting, squeezed. They're getting some things are getting pushed out. Some things are kind of getting buried. But anyway, so that Mother Nature song is really good. Like, it's just all of MGMT's stuff, or it's like, I think a lot of their later stuff is just kind of, and I mean this in like the best way, but it's just like bits and pieces of what they have done best, in their previous albums and, releases and stuff. I don't know if anyone out there is like familiar with the MGMT. Like, this Mother Nature song sounds very, like, it's very mellow, like acoustic, kind of plain, but then it has like flares of like big kind of sentimental, not sentimental, but just big, like, emotional kind of things. Like, there's a hook that's just like one, like half a line, and it's like, from the start or something. Anyway, like, just like a really like quick couplet, and then it goes back into this like acoustic riff. It's interesting because the lyrics are very kind of all encompassing, and it's just like, it's kind of about just like, it is like we live in a society, but it is more so like, all right, well, let's just do this again. Like, that's a really good song, and I got back into that song, like started listening to that song like a lot lately. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting pretty cold out here. But I'm gonna power through. And then the Bubblegum Dog, it's called Bubblegum Dog. I don't know why I keep saying the Bubblegum Dog, but I think that's what they say in the song, like the fear of the Bubblegum Dog. And I think the Bubblegum Dog is just like, again, it's an all-encompassing, like, it's a mysterious phrase, and like, but it's like, yeah, it's just like a stand-in for like, any, like, what this is, like what our present moment is and what our like kind of future is. Yeah, and again, just kind of what, like, it's almost like an amorphous, nebulous kind of concept. I think it's kind of trying to describe maybe just what the music scene is, and not necessarily, but it just extends out to just what the world is, and like that's even what one of the lines is. And I hate this bubblegum world, but hate is a very strong word. That song feels like it is very hooky, like it's very catchy, hooky, but it's very catchy. The hook in that song is but again, like, it's that, like, obviously bubblegum is like kind of associated with pop, and like MGMT, like they've had multiple opportunities to sell out, and they just never did, not even once. Not that I can recall. And really, they just like, they live their whatever, they live their principles, I guess. And I don't even know if they would say that they have principles like that, if they would describe themselves that way. Then the other kind of big record for me this year was Beach House, Once Twice Melody. That is a huge record. And again, it's just kind of the same thing as MGMT. Like, they've just been around for like, Beach House is more prolific. Like, I'm not putting them up against each other, but yeah, like, I want to say Beach House has put out, I would estimate they put out an album probably every 2 years since like 07, 08. So like, just super prolific. But so this Once Twice Melody is just it's just huge. Like, it's so big and it's so dreamy, and it's what they do. Again, it's just what they do best, turned up to 100. It's just dream pop, and it's playing with, like, loops of their own vocals almost. Like, anyway, so that was huge. A really big one that came kind of in under the radar, and it's just, I haven't spent as much time with the whole album, but I really like this one song, and I actually got turned on to it by Office Hours Live with Tim Heidecker from Tim and Eric fame, but also his own stuff, and he's a musician in his own right, and I like his stuff. And he put out a really good record this year as well, called High School. So this one song is called Skeleton is Walking, and it's by Blake Mills. And so Blake Mills performed it on Office Hours Live, and man, for me, that's just been a earworm. Like, I really like that song, and I'm getting into, I like Blake Mills as an artist now. Now that I've been introduced to him, I just haven't spent as much time with that album. And his album's called Jelly Road, not Jelly Roll, but Jelly Road. I'll probably listen to that. But so that song, Skeleton is Walking, is just, I don't know, just to me, it's just a monster. And it's unique. It's just a verse, I guess, basically just a verse concept. It's just verse, and then a solo, electric guitar solo, kind of fuzzy electric guitar. Yeah, so that's kind of unique. Just throwing out, I don't know. Oh yeah, so that inspired me to, that's another project that might be done by the end of the year, or at the very least kind of early in the new year, is doing a collection of 4 covers, and that's one of them, is Skeleton is Walking. I have some of the vocals for it. I'm doing the instrumentals on this piano app on my phone. It's so funny, like, I have instruments at home, and for whatever reason, I've just kind of not retreated necessarily, but just like, I've just made more use of just little shit like that, like just an app. The funny thing about it too is that I have to, like, because I can't figure out how to like, transfer these files, like, from the app in my phone to my computer. So I literally have to, like, screen record these like, bits of song, and that's how I did the music in this episode. And basically that's how I'm going to do them going forward, until I can make use of some other instruments or some other way of doing it. So yeah, like, I literally have to, like, record the audio, like, through the screen recorder in my phone, and then I turn that, like, those MP4 screen recorder video files into an MP3, and then I transfer it onto my computer where I'm gonna, like, edit this and shit. And I don't know why, like, I almost feel like, I don't know, I guess it's just a system, or it's just a, like, process that, like, works for me. I don't know, maybe it makes me more precise with things, or more more pragmatic with things. I don't know, because I guess I just have to, like, be wary of, like, the space of my phone, like the storage on my phone, and, like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't necessarily want to get that deep into it, but I'm trying to think of what other things I was thinking about. Oh yeah, I was kind of gonna mention this off the top, but just just been making, like, some weird drinks lately. I don't know why I even wanted to mention that, but just a fun thing in my life. Just been making, like, some weird drinks. I've just been, like, got, like, a bunch of, like, chocolate for Christmas, so I've, like, been putting, like, sticks of, like, there's just these, like, chocolates, like chocolate sticks. Like they're just chocolate, but some of them are like nougat, some of them are like, marzipan or fucking dark chocolate or whatever. But I bought like a carton of oat milk and shit, and so I've just been like putting like half a cup of water and then like putting a chocolate stick in the water, putting that in the microwave, and then like melting the chocolate into the water, putting the oat milk in there afterwards, and then, maybe put some vodka in there or something, whatever. Like a kind of a cocoa chocolate, fucking oat milk vodka. Like, I guess that's a White Russian. I don't know. I guess Kahlua is a White Russian. Vodka, milk, Kahlua. Wow, I just remembered that. Well, that's big Lebowski right there, right? I might have to start getting into that. I think I might have just opened the door for myself for the last. Maybe that's what I'll drink for the New Year is fucking White Russians. Just Lebowski it for like 3 days, starting tomorrow, I guess. Today's Friday. But anyway, that's just kind of one example. Weird drinks. Well, this morning I put a tea bag in a thermos and I heated up some water and basically made like a tea to go. I put like squirts of lemon and squirts of lime and what else? So on that Christmas Eve day walk or bike, I went all out. So I was pretty, even like when I stopped like an hour in, I was pretty wiped out, and I didn't bring anything salty with me. And I really needed to I just felt it like viscerally. I needed to replace my salt. Like I needed sodium, and I didn't have any. I basically did the same thing. I put a tea bag in my thermos and just had a tea. But I didn't bring anything salty. I brought an apple on that ride, but I needed salt, and I think I kind of suffered for it. So this time, I did the tea. Only this time I ground some salt into it, some sea salt into it, some pink Himalayan sea salt. That's the good stuff. I don't know, probably doesn't make too much of a difference, but so anyway, I have a little bit of salt this time. Now, so that's different, so that's good. What I didn't do this time was bring any food. So, and it's fine because I ate plenty yesterday and I had some this morning. But in my haste to get out this morning, I totally forgot. But I am gonna be okay, and I am gonna live, and I have my tea, and I am gonna be okay, and I hope everyone out there is gonna be okay. I hope if you're listening to this that you are okay, or you're shortly going to be okay, or you're thriving, and you're flourishing. You're moisturized and unbothered and happy and in your lane and focused, and that you bring all that flourishing, positive, focused energy into this new year. I might even do a second episode before the bell strikes, before the ball drops, but not promising anything. I don't want to over promise, under deliver. But regardless, bring all that positive energy into the new year and leave all the negative in the past year. In this quickly becoming the past year. May all acquaintance be forgotten. Peace.